What is going on, everyone? Today is Sunday, October 13th. Almost said September. We are in October for Week 6 NFL Sunday. We were just discussing it. We got a great slate on the docket for today, at least for Sunday. Had a good Thursday night game with the Seahawks and 49ers. Got 5 games that we're going to get into right here. We're going to start it out with a divisional matchup. Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to New Orleans. New Orleans, a 3.5-point home underdog, over under at 42. Saints money line plus 150, Bucks minus 185. Mackie, which way do you lean on this NFC South matchup? Do you trust your instinct that you said these home teams are going to win these games?
Yeah, I was gonna get right back to that. I have been saying that about this NFC South here, but I think the Bucks are gonna win this game. I think the Saints are kind of in shambles right now. I'm gonna trust the better quarterback here in Baker Mayfield. I think it's gonna be more of a low scoring game, but the Saints don't really have much going for them right now. Derek Carr is making a few too many mistakes to win these tight, close games, and Baker Mayfield's just doing
Derek,
enough.
I heard Derek Carr may not even be playing in this game. Jesse, can you fact check that while we're on this game?
I did see Spencer Rattler was they were looking for him to go because what happened to Derek Carr last week? He got injured late in that game.
Yeah, he got injured
But
late, and they were saying it's either going to be Spencer Rattler or who's there. They have another backup that they weren't sure
that
if they
guy
wanted
who
to put Rattler in yet.
It was the guy who came into the game. I forget his name, but either one, I don't really feel comfortable, especially in a close game like this, divisional matchup. I'm gonna go with the Bucks here to get the job done.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why the line is what it is. I think they're anticipating Carr to not play, or at least not be 100% if he does play. Okay, so he is not playing in this game. That is official. Saints are a 3-point home underdog without Derek Carr. Jesse, does it say if it's Spencer Rattler or
It
who?
is Rattler. It is
Okay.
Rattler.
Yeah, I like the Bucks. I'm going to stay away from a side here. I'm going to go with the under 42. I like this to be a lower scoring, close to the vest defensive style game. Bucks squeak it out 20-17. A close matchup. I could even see the Saints cover that 3.5. I'm going to avoid that total or that spread. I like the under 42. Let's see. Our next game here. This is probably, in my opinion, the game of the day. Washington Commanders heading to Baltimore. Ravens are a 6.5-point home favorite. Over under at 51.5. I believe the highest total. No, Cowboys lines is a point higher. So 51.5 for the total in this one. Commanders money line plus 240. Ravens minus 300. This is like I said, the game of the day. A lot of people are going to be tuning into this one. The Ravens, in my opinion, look like they have the best offense in the NFL. They've looked slower at times. They've showed struggles at times. Obviously, we saw them start out slow in their first couple of games. They're now sitting there 3-2 with a home game going up against a high-flying Commanders team. I like Lamar Jackson. I like Derrick Henry here to finish this one out, get a win over. Obviously, there's the narrative, the Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson. Is this the passing of the torch of the running quarterback in the NFL? Lamar handing it off to Jaden. I think Lamar gets the win here today. I do like the minus 6.5. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. I just think that Ravens defense is going to kind of stymie that young offense. I love what Kingsbury's doing over there with Jaden Daniels and that young offense they have. Brian Robinson is out of this game as well. Huge reason for me in that there's going to be a lot of Austin Eckler, who's been good this year. But I like B-Rob behind that offensive line in Washington. Give me the Ravens minus 6.5 today.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's passing of the torch just because Lamar Jackson is too young and too good still, but I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels. I think he's doing his thing down there. Commander's sitting at 4-1. I'm not going to overlook them in this game. I know a lot of people are probably going to be on them a bit of a higher spread, but this is a big game for Jaden Daniels to see how good he really is. He's been beating these lower level teams. I know you might not want to call the Bengals a lower level team, but they are sitting at 1-4 right now. I'm gonna go. I think they keep the game close. I know Brian Robinson is actually really big. Maybe you could see Austin Eckler maybe step up a little here. Maybe a big game out of Terry McLaurin. I do like a lot of points here. I don't see Washington's defense stopping the Ravens at all, but I could see Jaden Daniels keeping up. I think that not enough people are giving him enough credit in this game. At least 6.5-point dogs sitting at 4-1 right now. I think they can keep it close. I'm not gonna say they're going to win this game outright. I think there is a lot of value in that plus, what'd you say, plus 240?
Yeah, 240.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to count out Lamar Jackson as well, the way they're playing right now. Derrick Henry's, I think, minus 310 to get into the end zone. So you should definitely see him get in the end zone at least once today. I'm going to say more of a high flying game. Give me the over 51. I know it's a high total, but I don't see a scenario where there's not a lot of points in this game. And
Yeah,
I lean on the Commanders plus 6.5.
Yeah, I mean the Commanders are the highest scoring offense in the NFL right now, putting up 31 points a game. That's pretty crazy. 23 against. Ravens going 29.4, average points for and 25 against. So I definitely think they'll need to limit what Jaden Daniels is able to do with the deep ball, things like that. But Commanders, I'm trying to see here, I'm trying to find a stat on what they are to the over this year. I think they're 4-1, literally the same as their record, 4-1 on the total to go over in these games. That we saw a shootout against Arizona, like a lot of people expected. I think a lot of people are expecting a shootout here. I like the over 51. I try to stay away from totals when they're that high, but I think this is a good sign to take a 51.5 with two high flying offenses. You have a bad defense on one side. I look at the Ravens to hang around here. I also think this is a great opportunity. If you do like Washington, tease them up to 12.5, 13 even. They're not going to lose this game by 13. Um, I do like that. If you find another leg you like, maybe that, and tease that under down, get the Commanders plus 13, get the under down to in the 40, 44 range. I'd love that play. Yeah, the Commanders obviously they're overliving their expectations this year. I'm waiting for that letdown game. I'm not saying I want it to happen because I'm a huge fan of this team and what they're doing. Um, I just think this is a day that the Ravens are going to handle business on their home field. This is a 1 o'clock game at M&T. This is usually one of those afternoon slaughters that we see. I don't think it's going to get ugly. I just think the Ravens will cover and win by 7. I think it's going to be up right by the hook. They win by 7 or 9 points. And that is our last 1 o'clock game that we're going to get into. A couple good 4 o'clock games. This one, not so much, but it does involve my Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Vegas. Steelers, a 3-point road favorite, over under at 36.5. Steelers money line minus 165. Raiders money line plus 140. Raiders have benched Gardner Minshew and are going with Aiden O'Connell in this game. Obviously, no Devontae Adams, no Gardner Minshew. Everything's pointing to the Steelers here. I don't love this spot. There's going to be a lot of Steeler fans there. 53% of the tickets purchased were from a Steelers or from a Pittsburgh area code. Love to see that. Steelers travel well. One of the best traveling fan bases in the NFL. This is a do or die game for Justin Fields. They've now said Russell Wilson is healthy. They're starting to get back to that point where who's the guy? Is Russell Wilson still your starter? Do you put him in there? Can you pull Justin Fields from a 3-2 record? I think if you're 3-3 after this game and you lose 3 straight, you need to spark a team. That's what you're going to do next week. But I look at the Steelers here. This is going to be a lower scoring game, under 36.5, 19-13 Steelers pull out the win. Mackie, what do you think?
Yeah, I love the under 36.5. I think Aiden O'Connell's going to have a really tough game against that Steelers defense. And on the other hand, I really don't think Justin Fields is going to have a good game either.
Me
I
too.
think the pressure is breathing down his neck now that Russ is ready to go. But I mean, he hasn't really looked good as of late. Even when he started 3-0, he didn't really look good. And you guys were saying it, watching those games, obviously. You still weren't very confident in him when they were sitting at 3-0. Now they're sitting at 3-2. Pivotal game here going across the country. I know you said 53% of tickets are from an area code. So the home field advantage really isn't a problem here, but it's always different when you're not playing in Acrisure. I just really like this under 36.5. I do kind of lean on the Raiders. I think it's a little sketchy here, but I can't trust Aiden O'Connell to get the job done.
Yeah, that's my
So
thing. Is I do think it's a sketchy spot. Obviously, I second guess the Steelers more than anyone. When I'm confident in them, obviously I like their. I think they're going to win, but I didn't like them going up against Indy. I didn't like them last week against the Cowboys. I just hope they can get out of this funk. You can't start 3-0 and then immediately be 3-3 3 weeks later. So I
especially
think
with
this
the
is
gauntlet.
this is a must-win game with our schedule. You got to pick these ones up. I know it's on the road. Obviously, this is a classic NFL franchise matchup. Steelers Raiders. This is going from coming from playing the Cowboys last week, coming off a tough loss at the end. Huge rain delay that that definitely had an effect on the game. Game ends at 1:15 a.m. with Dak. 4th and goal, gets it in on the goal line. Hell of a play, hell of a drive by them on that to win that game. I look at the Steelers here. I think this is a bounce back spot. I think they need this one more than the Raiders do. Obviously, Raiders not really playing for much. They're switching their quarterback already. And as I say that, I did hint that that's what the Steelers are going to do if they lose this game. But give me the Steelers here. Give me the under. I'm not going to play either on my card. If I do, you will see that under. I just haven't released my 4 o'clock plays yet. We are sitting here watching Jaguars Bears is a Sunday morning London game. I do have a 2-unit play on the Jaguars that I locked in, I think Friday. I don't remember when I took that, but yeah, Jags money line. They have the ball in the red zone. Loving that right now on the first drive, but We'll get into Mackey's Dallas Cowboys. Uh, Detroit heading to Dallas to Jerry's World. Cowboys a 3-point home underdog. Over under at 52.5. Cowboys money line plus 140. Lions minus 165. Mackey, you are already locked in on your Dallas Cowboys. Let me know why you think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I think it's just the juice is there. They're playing on at their home field. I think they're 0-2. At least they started 0-2 at home. And they don't really lose many games at home. So I don't really think they're going to drop 3 at home to start the season. But it's going to be a really hard-fought, gritty game. And there's going to be a lot of points in this game. No Micah Parsons, no DeMarcus Lawrence. Cowboys are going to need to get help from different players that you don't really hear from as much. Dak's also going to have a huge game. You're going to see a lot of points from the Lions. Jared Goff's going to have a game. Both those running backs probably going to get in the end zone. You just got to you got to limit Amon Ra. You got to limit Laporta. You just got to do everything you can. It's going to be a really hard fought, gritty game. I think it's going to be a lot of points, like I said, but I think Dallas can pull it out. I think Dak's gonna have to work his magic here, and you're gonna have to see regular season Dak again.
Yeah, I know.
Pull out this win.
Yeah, I agree. I know I said Commanders Ravens was the game of the day. I did miss this one in the 4 o'clock slate. We have 2 top tier games today. I'd love this one to be Sunday Night Football, Lions Cowboys personally, but nice 4 o'clock slate game. I'll probably be watching my Steelers flicking back and forth. Thank God I have the 2 TV set up, so I will be able to watch this one, just not with full attention span. I do not love this line. I'm going to take the over. This is the one game of the week where I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to look at the 2 teams playing. Like you said, there's a lot of pieces missing on defense for Dallas. They're going to need a lot to step up. I think Dak, Jared Goff, you think of these 2 teams, you think of points, you think in Jerry's world, Cowboys are going to put up at least a 20 spot. I like the Lions to hang right there with them. Maybe get me a 21-20 or 21-21 tie. We need some points after that. That'd be a 42. I'd like their chances to get 10, 12 more points. I like the over 52.5, the highest one of the day. I know I don't normally do that, but this won't be on my card. I do lean on that over 52.5. Give me the Cowboys to pull this one out. Maybe like 28, 27, 24, like a tight.
It's going to be tight like that.
24 wouldn't hit the over. 28, 27, just so I can say it'll hit the over.
I just don't see a scenario where there's not a lot of points in this game, especially with the pieces missing on defense for the Cowboys. It's gonna be a really good game. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And then we move into Sunday Night Football. What a matchup here. The 1-4 Bengals heading to the Giants to take on New York. New York is a 3.5-point home underdog. Over under at 47. Giants money line plus 155. Bengals minus 190. Which way do you go here? Can the Bengals get a win? These Giants have looked pesky even without Malik Neighbors.
Pesky, really pesky. I took him last week on the card. I even live bet him money line. They ended up winning that game outright. I'm gonna go with the Bengals here. I think they got back on track last week. I know everyone's saying they beat the Panthers. Big deal. A win's a win. You get that under your belt. You still have Joe Burrow. You still have Jamar Chase, who's playing incredible right now. But it's not going to be easy. These Giants are playing really well. Tyrone Tracy coming in for Devin Singletary. It looks like they haven't missed a beat with him. Daniel Jones isn't as bad as everyone says. I don't care what anyone says.
Tracy guy, I heard a lot of hype about him coming into this year. Like people were saying he's a big fantasy sleeper. Singletary was doing good for them. Like, did he get hurt?
Yeah, he's injured.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't think he did anything that he should have been benched.
No, Tyrone Tracy just came in and they didn't miss a beat with him. No Malik Neighbors, obviously, but they found a way last week. They got the offense rolling. Wan'Dale Robinson had a big game. Could probably see another big game out of him. But like I said, I think Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are going to get the job done. I don't like the 3.5 points. I think it could fall right in there, especially on a Sunday night game. But I like the Bengals to go to 2-4.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under here, under 47.5. I know these 2 teams have been, obviously, the Bengals have been putting up points at will. Their defense can't stop anything. I think this is a game where they kind of try to slow things down a little bit. Obviously, Jamar Chase has been a hell of a player these past couple of weeks. Look at him to get in the end zone here against a not too great of a Giants defense. Let me pull that up here and see what kind of odds I can get on a Jamar Chase anytime touchdown here if it wants to load. Anytime TD. Jamar Chase minus 115 on MGM. I'm sure you could get it at plus 100 or plus 105. He is the favorite to score in this game. Mackey Singletary plus 125. Tyrone Tracy plus 130.
I got an alert yesterday. Singletary's out, so that's a little weird.
Okay, that's weird that's still on MGM then. Yeah, I do lean on the Giants here. I think they're the hot team. I think the Bengals are. I'm kind of done. I'm backing them up, obviously, especially as a Steelers fan. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing defending the Bengals so much. I guess it was just my preseason take that they were going to win this division. We've seen what the Ravens have done. They've come back all the way. They're now leading this division at 3-2. Steelers 3-2 as well. Ravens just have a divisional win, so that's why they have the lead here. Both are favorites today. I don't love the Bengals in this spot. I think heading to MetLife on Sunday Night Football, I know Daniel Jones doesn't play well on Sunday night, but he's looked good the past 2 weeks. Like, I'm going to say it, he's looked like I think it's crazy. Like, I'm not going to say I like Daniel Jones, but I just don't agree with like the perception of him. When he does bad,
Dude,
he's all over
people
social media and they rip him. When he has a good game and wins as a 6-point underdog across the country, you don't even hear about it.
listen. I'm not gonna say he's even like mediocre quarterback. He's definitely below mid, but people put him in a field with like Bryce Young. This guy's really not that bad. He's
Dude,
an underrated quarterback. And
I would
underrated
love
doesn't
Daniel Jones with my Steelers team. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I think he
underrated.
fits certain teams. He would be a great Steelers quarterback with that defense.
Listen, he makes a good amount of mistakes, but he also plays really well and he plays tight football. He's a good scrambler and he finds the ball. He's a good eye downfield. I'm not gonna say he's good, but he's underrated. He
He's
definitely
mobile.
is.
He can extend plays. He's big. He can take a hit.
It's
Like,
just he has some plays where you're like, "What are you doing, man?"
exactly.
But
Yeah.
I mean, most quarterbacks do, especially not the top echelon.
Yeah. And I like you said, I kind of understand it, but I just hate the perception of him where the Giants lose by 3. They play the I don't even know how to describe it. Like the clown music, him throwing and missing throws. Next thing you know, they win 2 straight. Or were they 0-2 or 0-3?
0-2, I
And then they were
think.
1-2, and then they were 1-3, and now they're 2-3.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I just feel like when he wins games, he plays well, and you don't hear about it. Like, no one likes to give him credit when they win.
He played
And
well
this,
against Dallas too. That was a 50 or 20-15 loss. I mean, a few drop balls and they would have won that game if
yeah.
you caught balls. But I mean,
Who's their other
I'm not a
win
big
against?
hater.
Who's their other win against?
The Seahawks and
Browns.
the Browns, correct? Maybe they were 0-3. No,
Jesse, can you look that up?
no, they played the Browns and they played the Cowboys and they played the Seahawks. So
Yeah, Cowboys was 2 weeks ago. They were 1-2, and then they lost to the Cowboys to go to 1-3, and then they just beat the Seahawks.
yeah.
Jesse, you can fact check us on that if you'd like. Mackie, any other games you want to touch on at least? I have my card already released. Jaguars up 3-0. I have a 2-unit play on them. Live line is -3.5, or plus 100 on that game. Bears do have the ball.
I do like your Broncos today.
I do think that's a good spot for them against the Chargers. Chargers coming off a bye week, heading to Mile High. Yeah, I like the Broncos in that one. But the one other play I did already release in the 1:00 slate is the Packers -5 against Arizona. I think that's going to be a tough road trip for Arizona. Go into Lambeau. These are games they need to win. Obviously they dropped 2 to start the year against the Eagles, and then Mackie, remind me who they lost to again.
The
The
Broncos.
Packers.
Oh,
The Packers.
Lost to the Eagles and they lost to the Colts.
And then Malik Willis went 2-0. So they're sitting at
the Vikings.
That's it. They're sitting at 3-2 right now. This is a game, NFC matchup. No one expects much of the Cardinals anymore. Their preseason first 4 weeks hype is kind of over. Me and Ace were the ones gassing them up. I think I'm off that train now as well. Give me the Packers -5 in this one. Mackie, I don't know if you have any plays determined other than the Cowboys, but those are my 2 that I've locked in right now. Jags live, and then obviously Packers.
Yeah, I have the Falcons -5.5 locked in. I think Kirk O'Chains has been playing really well after week 1. Obviously, he had that rough start and everyone kind of panicked, but he's 3-1 since, only lost to the Chiefs on Sunday night. And they got that team's really good. They've pretty much figured everything out. They're even getting Kyle Pitts involved. That's everything's kind of clicking. And I really like that defense as well. I think the Panthers are in shambles. The Falcons.
I'm a big Drake London fan. I like him a lot.
Even Darnell Mooney's playing really well too. They're getting everyone kind of involved. Bijan not even getting in the end zone, and he's playing really good football. And they just have all the pieces going right now. I think that they're going to take advantage of playing those Panthers. They're 2-0 in the NFC South this year too, so
Yeah,
get the job done. I know they're on the road, but I like them to kind of. I think they'll win by 15, 20 points.
absolutely. Let's see here. Any other Texans Patriots? That's a decent, obviously, matchup for Ace's boys. They get Drake May coming into today. Let me try to reload this chat. I don't think my chats are loading here. I kind of forgot about that when we went off on a tangent here. Let's see. Yeah, but Mackie, if you want to give your opinion on this Texans Patriots game, we can just kind of dive in.
Sorry,
Do
you
you hear me?
broke up there, but
You're good.
I just think the Texans get the job done. There's too many uncertainties with Drake May going. You could see him sling the football a little. I think they're going to let him let loose, so I'm not going to trust an over/under here or even a spread.
Yeah.
But I don't see CJ Stroud losing this game. They've been winning tight games all year, no matter who they're playing. The game seems to be tight, but they get the job done. They're sitting 4-1, so I'm going to go with Houston Texans here.
Here we go. We have someone in the chat. Mackie should play quarterback for the New England Patriots, and I'm headed straight to the golf course after this stream. Both could be factual there. Trey Sermon or Najee Harris? No
Have any other
Jonathan Taylor.
options?
No Jonathan Taylor.
Have any other options?
Yeah, that's another good question. I have in my fantasy team. I have to start Najee this week because Brian Robinson's out, so Najee's my third running back.
I'd go Najee against a weak defense, but I mean, I don't see him really having that good of a game either.
He's like a B. He's compared to Bijan. Like the team's 3-2, and he doesn't have a touchdown yet this year. Here's a pretty good one. Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, or Mixon at flex.
No Nico Collins. I don't know. I'd probably go Mike
Diggs
Evans.
Diggs is going to be guarded by Gonzalez. I'd probably go Mike Evans there.
Yeah, I'd probably go Mike Evans as well.
Saints or Eagles defense. Saints going up in a divisional matchup. That could be a tight one. Who do the Eagles got this week?
Browns.
I'd go Eagles personally. I have no faith in that Browns team.
I kind of like that Browns team this week. I think they could be pesky. I don't know. I'd go. I wouldn't go Saints defense though.
Any interest in Arizona to win outright? I am carding the Packers -5, so I personally don't think that there's much there.
But let them know the value on taking dogs.
6 points or 5. Oh, it's 5.
5.5 or higher. They're winning outright. So I mean, if you're gonna take them, you might as well take the money line.
Yeah. Let's see here. We see someone saying Houston -6. I like that. Wan'Dale Robinson or George Pickens? I'd go Wan'Dale Robinson with the issue.
He's
Pickens
playing really well
now.
too. And no Malik Neighbors. I love Wan'Dale today.
Yep. Love Houston. Tease them with Washington. I like that play. I was saying I like Washington up to maybe 13.5 points. So you can get Houston on the money line. That's a hell of a play there. Darnell Mooney, Jaden Reed, T. Higgins, or Chris Olave. Who do I sit? So I guess 2 receivers and a flex. We need one to sit.
Chris Olave.
Even with Higgins, kind of like he's been good though. I agree. I'd probably go Olave there. I'm not the biggest Chris Olave guy.
You can't go Jaden Reed. He's playing too well.
I actually really like him.
Who was the first name you said?
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, you got to keep him in too.
Yeah, he's been scoring.
Especially against Panthers.
What's this one? Michael Pittman. QJ. I assume that's Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
Or Darius Slayton at flex.
I think Michael Pittman's out. I'd probably go QJ.
And what's this one right
Michael
here? J.K. Dobbins or Bucky Irving? I'd probably go J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. I think Bucky Irving. They're kind of losing faith in him.
Yeah. And it's quickly going back to Rachaad White, but yeah, I already have my card out, at least for the 9 a.m. and 1 o'clock slate. Jesse, I also have yours posted as well. We'll get into our team parlay for the week. No ace this week. Obviously, we're only going to do a 3-legger. It's going to start out with the Packers money line, Mackey's leg, the Texans money line, and Jesse going with an alternate under in the Steelers-Raiders game, under 45.5. So Packers money line, Texans money line, Steelers, Raiders under 45.5. That'll bring you to plus 146. Just a nice little almost plus 150 parlay to get us started. Obviously, we haven't hit a parlay all year, so tail these at your own risk. But obviously, a 3-legger. We don't need that 4th leg today. You're not getting the crazy value, but I love the Packers to get a win. I love the Texans to get a win, and I like the Steelers under 36.5. So I do really like this play. I think we have a good chance with this plus 146 parlay. My mortal lock of the week is the Packers -5 I wanted to do the Jaguars money line, but obviously, we started a little bit after that. Wanted to make sure I had a play where I can get it out to the people. If you get a chance, live bet this Jaguars game. I love this play. I've said it a couple times, plus 105. If you can get it anywhere around +1 or -120 to even if they go back to plus money, I'd jump on that.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the chance, but
Mackie, your mortal lock of the week.
Oh yeah, gotta get into that. Falcons -5.5. Like I said, I think they take care of business against a weak Panthers team. This team's just finding their ground. I don't see an opportunity where they don't kind of blow this game out of the water.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at that game. I really wanted to take the Falcons. There's a lot of money on them, but that's just one where I think I'm going to ignore the money and just take the Falcons.
Sometimes you have to.
That's one where, yeah, the public can be right every once in a while. And in this matchup, I just don't see a scenario where the Panthers cover this game, let alone win. 82% of the money's on Atlanta's spread, 93% on their money line. So definitely a sketchy
Public
spot
today.
Yeah, it's a sketch.
Guess
I
I'm
think
gonna
it
be a
is.
little public today.
I think it's the most of the day. The other one that I liked was you kind of
I saw
hinted at it. The
Steelers are heavy
Broncos.
too.
Yeah, Steelers are heavy. That's why I said I'm kind of avoiding that side because that's Steelers right now should not be getting public money from anyone. 77% on the spread, 83 on the money line, and with a 3-point spread, that just means the Raiders, if they cover, they're going to win the game. Let's see. I do like the Broncos. I know you said that. I have been big on this team. 3 straight wins after starting 0-2. They've looked like a totally different team. Bo Nix, first Broncos quarterback to win 3 straight starts as a rookie. Kind of a fun little stat there. He's looked good. I know he's had his mistakes, but a lot of people didn't really expect much of the Broncos this year. They had them, I think their win total was 4.5 or 5.5. They're sitting here 3-2. Home divisional matchup here against the Chargers. Like we said, Chargers coming off a bye week, but I like the Broncos here. Give me the Broncos plus the 3 points. Not a mortal lock, but I do like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have that on my card. I'm not. You know how I feel about the Chargers anyway, but
Yeah,
this defense I think they're gonna give Justin Herbert hell. They've been playing great all season. I think they get the job done. Denver is a tough place to play as well.
absolutely. Let's see. Start 2. Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, or Jaden Reed. I'd go Mike.
Evans, Jalen Reed.
I was just gonna say this is a weird week where I'd sit Marvin Harrison against the Packers. Devontae Adams or Drake London. Devontae Adams is not playing in this game, so that's an easy choice. Shout out Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns guard in our chat. Devin Booker asking Devontae Adams or Drake London. We'll go Drake London there, buddy. Let's see. Start Baker or Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. That should be more of a shootout. I don't see Baker being stopped though. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'll go Jordan Love, but it's a close one.
Yeah. Let's see. Is Mortal Lock Dallas Detroit over? I like that. I said that was the one. I'm just gonna blindly take the over and hope there's points. Let's see here. Anything else, Mackie? We kind of dove through a lot of these games. Like I said, for the followers out there, make sure you're staying tuned to our social media. Turn on those post notifications. We post all of our plays for Sunday. Usually around 11 a.m. I know I already have my play out. My plays out for 9:30 and 1 o'clock. I'll get something out for 4. Jesse's 1 and 4 o'clock slate is already posted as well. Mackie and Aces should be out by 11 a.m. So just make sure you're staying tuned for that. And other than that, Mackie, you got anything else?
No, it's it.
All right. I think that's going to do it for us this week. I'll tune back in, see if Jesse sent me anything else from this chat. I think that's it. Thanks for listening. No ace this week. We'll catch you guys. Make sure you're tuning in for our analysis on Monday Night Football. Tomorrow we got, I think it's, if I'm correct, Bills, Jets, correct? Yeah, that's gonna be another good one. 2-point spread in that one. Bills are -2. That's gonna be a good matchup. Make sure you stay tuned to our social media. Get our analysis on that. I appreciate you guys being active in the chat today. As always, hope everyone wins all their bets today. Unless you're going against any of my card plays, then I hope you lose very badly. I haven't been great in the NFL. Jesse continues to murder totals. Don't know the record on that, but we need to get that out there for the people. 15-4 on totals this year. That's disgusting. Currently sitting at 24-9 on the season, plus 13.96 units. That is insane in the NFL. So he's got 3 totals on the card today. So do with that what you will, being 15-4 on totals. Other than that, thanks for listening. We'll get the rest of the cards out by 11 a.m. and let's go Jags. Let's go Packers. Let's